Well, hello there. Welcome to the Hollow Brig, the safest and most secure part of my flagship. It's your buddy, Admiral Teag. Well, we found another replicant that has escaped through the hole in time to where we are at 2282. And before I send you back, I need to tell you, one, you need to get behind your Superman. He is in some trouble because of a reliable troublemaker pictured on your screen for you now. So what we're going to do now is launch what I consider our defense of Superman. But if you could you hit the like or follow buttons so that you could join me on this journey where we're going to try to hold some of these bad creators and bad actors accountable. Now, for a while we've been dealing with the Ring's power people, but right now we kind of have a little emergency to help out our pal Superman. And you know what? He's helped us out so many times, we need to repay the favor. Right now, he's kind of under assault by, well, I guess our friends in Bounding Into Comics said it best. Let me see if I can't get the update. Now, listen, the Direct reported the other day, just on October 23rd, that Henry Cavill, our Superman, had returned, and he was going to hopefully be in some better movies this time, because, you know, he was great Superman, but shaky product a little bit there with the Zack Snyder movies. Some people love him. I'm agnostic on him. Some parts are good. But this isn't about, Zack Snyder. This is about Frosk. Listen, I'll let Bounding Into Comics take it. Our pals over here with the story by Spencer Backley. It's titled, Former G4 host Frost disingenuously attempts to frame actor Henry Cavill as problematic. In an apparent bid to retain her relevance following the collapse of G4's recent revival attempt, former network host Indiana Frost Black has attempted, and failed, to frame former Witcher, Henry Cavill as problematic. So then there's some stuff about Henry and how he's all right. And then there's the tweet by Frost, which is pretty objectionable. It goes like this. Henry Cavill said some very questionable things around Me Too and dated a 19-year-old as a 30-plus. Seeing people throw themselves at his feet for The Witcher is weird. The show is whatever at best. Of all the things in there, maybe The Show is Whatever at Best is the one that I'll stand up for her right to say if she believes it. You don't have to love The Witcher. You know, I'm a little bit agnostic on that one too. By the time I got into it, people said it had been substantially changed. But Frosk, being subjected to her and her horrors, sitting around at home, hate tweeting at Henry Cavill. I asked the crew, how do you guys feel about Frosk? All right, calm down, guys. Calm down. Yeah, just we have strong opinions on this flagship about Frost. But anyway, the rant that started it all was kind of really, a departure. I don't know if she was, it doesn't seem like it could have been spontaneous. It was not a departure for Frost, but a departure from what we thought G4 was going to do, and a departure from what she set up in that episode, and we'll get to that in a minute. But first, let's let Real Meets Real with the Players Tribune, which has 651,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and they have a video, Real Meets Real, by Renee Montgomery and Indiana Frosk Black, the Players Tribune. Now, Renee Montgomery seems lovely. She asks Frosk this question, and we're going to let this set up where we go.
I feel like there's so much that people think probably that you two that we've accomplished, but for me it's like, can we normalize things that are common sense that should be normal? That's like,
she's asking her what they've normalized on YouTube and if they could normalize more stuff, and she's saying common sense stuff that should be normal.
like what I would love to help with.
It's wanting to fix the things that you can see are the problems, but ultimately you're wasting so much time having conversations about convincing people why they're problems.
So that's Frosk right there, laying down some of her own sort of outlook. And now we're going to take a look at a different video. And Disparu, how would you describe it?
But this is the story of G4 TV and how it blew itself up, the network and the channel, in 4 minutes and 45 seconds on a rant.
Yep, on a rant by a maniac. Anyway, G4 TV came back, and we all know the story. And one day, on the strangest of themed sets, and I don't know if this was their usual look, Frosk sort of was supposed to review Red Dead Redemption, and much like she went after our Superman for doing nothing wrong, and a 19-year-old is legal. I mean, it's a little bit weird. I mean, it must have been a weird conversation, but I mean, that was a while back. And then Me Too stuff. I mean, so maybe even as far back as 2014. So, anyway, we've all heard the rant. Let's take a listen to it, shall we?
Experience versus the solo player one, but I actually want to talk about something so much more important than Red Dead Online.
What could it be?
Sexism in gaming.
Oh no. Oh no.
In gaming. In joining G4, Dead Online.
This is where now the camera has Frosk in tight, and it's much like what you see, but she's on the set with two other people, and there's a guy on remote on TV, and everyone's male but her. But unless these guys are gay, I would point out that everyone here digs women, and that's Frosk leads with that. It's not a secret or anything that she's ashamed of. At any rate, Frosk is going to unspool here why she's not reviewing Red Dead Redemption, and so two of her male hosts, the guy on TV is really swept up in it, and one guy there with her who's sitting on the couch next to her seems to pick up her energy, and he gets real manic. And then there's one guy who's a heavier dude in a jacket. He's got, I think, red sneakers on. And he's more he was apparently maybe not in the know about this or found out about it moments before. But out of everyone, he reacts best. And he is, you'll hear his commentary when she gets going. So here's Frosk on her rant.
Sexism in gaming.
Are you ready, kids?
In joining G4...
This is not where I thought we were going.
This is the reluctant co-host, and this guy does have red shoes on. He's wearing a blue check jacket and a t-shirt and jeans. He seems okay. I mean, he honestly seems okay. He's got a plush beard, and he is not expecting this. And, he's not going to, undercut his coworker on the air. He's not like Frosk, but he's pretty legitimately shocked.
I'm here.
I had no
here.
idea.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
In joining G4, I was ecstatic to be part of something that I grew up watching as a child. But every time G4 is brought up on various channels, even in this YouTube channel, we have the chat in front of us.
So
I can see you. Without a doubt, there will be backlash because I'm not as bangable as the previous hosts.
All right, so that's her grievance, that she was not born as beautiful as Olivia Munn. And I would say Olivia Munn's made a lot of good life choices, such as not covering herself with unattractive, kind of really weird tattoos, and has been probably working out and dieting to look as good as she does, because she's over 40 and she's still making movies and she still looks great. Anyway, let's let Frost go.
It's somehow...
Talk to him, Frost!
That's one of our male co-hosts is getting too swept up in it. He just squealed and is yelling, extolling her on.
Has somehow been expected that you can talk about how much you jerked off to women as a compliment. It's weird.
I reject the idea that this is anything beyond a very small percentage of people, and I reject the idea that anything on the internet, when you put yourself out there this forward, is a legitimate grievance. People have told me I am horrible at this, and I'm still out here plugging, and you don't see me blaming gender, but you know what? Maybe it's because I'm a man. Let's let Frosk unfold more of her theory.
Not a compliment.
It's weird.
It's dehumanizing and it's weird. Women do not exist to be...
Wait. So if you troll someone online, I guess it is a little dehumanizing and it is a little weird, but it is the world we live in 2022, where your admiral is banned from Twitter in the 21st century, where I try to send you messages to help you, because I called for an airstrike on Harfoots. So you guys do not live in a tolerant time, and from what I can tell, you are an alternate timeline to ours. And aside from liking and following this video, if you could tweet to me at TMCTEAG, T McTeague, at Twitter. I'm there to listen to your feedback. And you can also make comments here. I'll be haunting the chat and stuff when I upload this later. But wow, is this some weird stuff or what? I mean, so far she is really on a rant. And I don't know, what could have inspired this?
You write in the book, let me read to you this quote. Over the past 20 years, I've been loaded on booze, coke, acid, quaaludes, glue, cough syrup, heroin, rope.
I don't know if anything of that nature is true about Frosk, but certainly she's sounding as crazy as Ozzy Osbourne here. What do you think, Chief Arnie?
This is an arrest.
Yes. Don't let the replicant get up. It is a dangerous replicant. It's not the real Frosk, it's her replicant. The real Frosk is in your time. You should probably stay away from her. Just leave her alone. Don't tweet her or nothing.
You're under arrest.
She knows that.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions.
Yep.
I want to have them answered immediately.
All right, good. Set the tone for the interview, Arnie. At any rate, Frosk keeps going.
And it's weird. Women...
So if you talk about jerking off to women online, it's dehumanizing and it's weird. I guess, all right. Yeah, it is. It doesn't sound wholesome, right? Certainly, that sounds like something that would happen, though, online in certain places. Maybe not Facebook, where it's internet Levittown, and you guys will find out how evil that is soon enough. Boy, I've seen what the next few decades hold with social media and also entertainment. It's going to get worse before it gets better, folks, but I'm trying to help you here. And this bad actor, Frosk, is after your Superman. You need to rally around him. So anyway, we've got phasers trained on her on heavy stun. She's not going to be mistreated, but she's a dangerous replicant. And it was made apparently by Twitter. The tweet created this replicant, and it made it through the hole in time. And we're going to let it go.
Do not exist to be nice on the eyes for you. Morgan Webb,
biologically, there's one reason women exist. This, like, sort of dovetails, so to speak, with the reason males exist. It's how we all got here. I have a mom and a sister and a niece I love very much, and married for a little while. That was nice. And, I don't know. Frosk, where are you going with this stuff?
Olivia Munn did not exist to be nice on the eyes for you.
Tell that to her and her agent. What did she get paid to be in movies? She was a TV presenter. She was hired because she was attractive. That's just the way it was. Good for Olivia Munn. Who's mad at her for it except Frosk?
Hey, she cooking, y'all.
And that's just obvious sex.
That's just obvious sexism. Now, her one co-host who's on the couch with her, he's all in on it, the guy in the hoodie. I don't want to dox these guys too badly or give them away or even give you more than Indiana Black as Frosk's real name, because she has other real name in Wikipedia you can read if you look at it. But she's, I don't know, is a mercurial character to say the least. She's famous for hosting like League of Legends gaming championships, and I guess the contests are themed a little like a reality show, so she gets to act sort of in this ostentatiously crazy way. And anyway, let her proceed with her theory here. That's just the overt sexism. What comes next?
You don't need to explicitly objectify women or declare that you hate women to be sexist.
I thought that in a lot of ways that is what sexism is. You might be talking about something like, I don't know, attitudes. Let's let her unspool this. This is vexing.
Just go ahead and check out Thorne's latest meltdown on Twitter for some spark notes. Now,
I don't know who he is, so it never bothered me, and if he bothered me, I would never go back to his page.
Here at X-Play, our reviews are written and produced by a team of people.
That's good. Show teamwork. These are the same colleagues that she celebrated the firing of when she survived.
There are too many games for one person to shoulder the burden. So
I'm just going to say right here, it probably would have been better, and my doctor is just scanning this replicant's brain, because as you can see, it is just agitated and angry. I don't know, all Red Bulled up, so to speak. We're going to try to give it some more sedatives, Julian, if you would. At any rate, Frost goes on.
we divide and conquer. And when we use language like we or I, that's the reviewer. That's coming from the mouth and experience of the reviewer reading that review. And that
it sounds like you just took a sidestep away from being responsible for the content of the review to me.
That's not to say that Gerard, TBH, Adam, or myself don't contribute to the reviews.
I don't know where she's going with this at all, or how it relates to sexism.
Absolutely do, but it'll always be in varying degrees and take a whole team behind us. That's why we're X-Play and not Adam Play.
She's gesturing to the side where the heavier guy with the beard is. Maybe that's Adam. He seems to have handled this pretty well, honestly. He's just sitting there letting her go. Other people are extolling her on, and on the set there's some agreement, but maybe Frosk will bail herself out.
We have done the experiment and controlled for the variables.
That's our co-host on TV just clapping away the remote guy.
Adam will read a script written by the same writer that I will read the
now
other
she's
half
pointing
of
the other way and
for,
saying Adam. I don't know.
I'll be the one flamed.
Does she have a couple of people named Adam? She says she'll get flamed. I'm gonna guess everyone got flamed, but only Frosk took exception. Indiana, calm down.
And yeah, it also happens to Gerard and TBH, but that doesn't discount the sexism of how it happens to me when it does.
I think you're sounding crazy and like some kind of nuts story. What do you think, Chief?
Australia.
I'm back.
Yeah. All right. This interview with Frosk, or this soliloquy by Frosk, that's just the replicant. It's attacked one of my security guards. Julian, hypospray. Alright, we got control of it. Oh my god. This replicant is insane. How is it alive?
Rohypnol, Klonopin, Vicodin, and too many other heavy-duty substances to list.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I don't know. Arnie?
Bastard.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's the most appropriate thing to call Ms. Frosk here, but I don't know. Let's see. The crew's been listening in. Let's open up the channels. What do you guys think? Ooh, Frosk is just not really winning the hearts and minds of anyone here. She's like some kind of monster.
Can you help me? Let me take you back to Star. Maybe Professor Hamilton can treat you.
Maybe there's hope for Frosk. Let's find out. We're more than halfway through this crazy rant, and I think there's maybe, we might even be 75% through. Let's see.
Both things can be true, that there is a general hatred of any change that isn't Adam, and that all receive special flame just for being a woman. And
Alright, someone needs to fill Frosk in. When Gamergate happened back in 2014, there were a lot of things that were different. And since then, like, things like dogpiling people, as it's called, on Twitter has become like a crime in a lot of places. And there's all sorts of things that exist outside social media that can get people in a lot of trouble for harassing you online. So, don't take, threats of violence or, any kind of hatred towards yourself. You have things like the police to go to. And also, I mean, unfortunately, a lot of the times when you do take these complaints, if they're not of a serious enough nature, you're going to be told, unfortunately, as I've checked your historical records, but your police aren't as helpful as they could be in resolving these. And also, there really does have to be some kind of harm. But if you get dogpiled on Twitter, it can end up in front of a judge. Let's hear Frost. So there's a lot of things that happen to people that were wrong and bad, but they were a while ago, and they can't happen now. So Frost getting special flame in her chat is part of her job where she gets paid. And, no one is just... People seem to be backing her up. But you know, we're not seeing the mean tweets or whatever you want to call them, the chats that are so wrong, and we're not talking about massively banning people either. So where are you going with this, Frosk?
And I wish I could turn the camera around so that you could see the incredible team that make X-Play. Half of our producers and writers are women.
Now that would just be normal because half of just about everyone is women within a percentage.
Emily, Abby, Megan, Joe, Jake, Zipper, Gabby. It goes...
Is Zipper a man or a woman?
On and on and on. Former writers that are now on ATOS like Vanessa. When you're in our...
She is just really on a rant.
Our DMs or on those YouTube comments or in Twitch chat right now, those reactionary threads thinking that I'm somehow ruining your
Did they have no fucking mods?
current X-Play experience because you can't objectify me how you
You know, you're supposed to be on there because you're an expert in how to play League of Legends. Olivia Munn was on there as a presenter.
previously did to Morgan, or that I'm somehow less qualified to speak on something, but you can't quite put your finger on why, even
You were only semi-professional.
though I'm reading the exact same script as Adam, but you have no problem with he's part of it.
Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with her being a woman?
You're letting your unconscious biases ruin my day and you're gatekeeping the gaming space. So maybe for 2022...
Well, she's going to give us all a holiday resolution, and that's why the set she's on just looks so bizarre. She couldn't have done this in a more surreal environment.
we'd be a bit nicer, a bit more self-reflective, and we enjoy
Listen to who's saying this.
the fact that people are working hard to make free content for you. If you...
You know, Critical Drinker makes free content for me too, but he's never fucking gone off on me.
don't like it, don't watch it. Peace.
And wow, that is exactly what happened. And, you know, when we look back at something like Real Meets Real, we see another side of Frosk.
And it's like really painful.
Okay, I can see. I see exactly why we're sitting here. Gamer speak.
Okay, now let's see if Frosk has any pearls of wisdom for us in this interview.
Allow people to, because if people look up to you and aspire to be, or you inspire them, then when they get that moment, they want to.
People are definitely not inspired to be Frosk. By the way, links in description for this stuff.
Tell you everything that you help them do. So how does that, like, that's kind of crazy, right? That people might look at you as the blue.
I agree that it would be crazy for people to look up to Frosk. She is a semi-professional gamer, and, you know, as cool as that is, you know, she's not doing it a lot of good service by acting out this way, unless it enhances her European TV career, and we here in America are just isolated from her massive success.
Blueprint.
And you're like, don't get a neck tattoo.
Frosk has a pretty extensive neck tattoo.
You are tatted up.
Don't do drugs, stay in school.
Yeah, staying in school would have been a better idea.
So my whole thing is, like, my industry is, like both and most industries, hyper male dominated.
All right, this is Frosk speaking for herself.
It
About YouTube.
is to be really nice about it, a bastion of not super nice people sometimes. Like, don't get me wrong.
Like you?
Gaming gets a really bad rap. It can be an incredible community, but it also can be one of the most
You haven't done a lot to help
I've
that.
ever seen. And so people will say,
Did they cut that there?
it is to be really nice about it, a bastion of not super nice people sometimes. Like, don't
And we've seen that Frosk is successful in this arena.
get me wrong. Gaming gets a really bad rap. It can be
You are part of that reason?
an incredible community, but it also can be one of the most vile, disgusting communities you've ever seen. And so
Sounds like you're talking about any large group of people, including just the people on the subway at 8 a.m. on Tuesday.
people will say with like a snide face that, like, I'm too polarizing, that I'm too outspoken.
Let's consider that for a moment. Saying polarizing things, well, you know, if you like being outspoken, you'd find that you'd have a lot more pleasant conversations if you didn't polarize people. Have you ever heard of what's called a charm offensive?
And that if I just kept my mouth quiet, that I would have been much more successful, that if I
I don't know that anyone whose skill is calling League of Legends matches and coaching League of Legends could have been more successful than what you've got going on right now.
Didn't let politics get in the way, but I really...
That's crazy.
Stand behind everything that I say. Because I never think that, like, I'm fine in, like, changing my opinion and always, like, going and trying to educate myself, but
Really? Really? 5.9 thousand views, 126 thumbs up, 119 thumbs down, now 120. 54 comments. I get enraged by injustice, which I have defined by my ideologies, concepts, which privilege me at the expense of everyone else. I like to say the quiet part out loud for them sometimes. That was from Il Manticore. And that's the top comment. It's got a lot of likes, but I mean, that's just the most recent one. People are on to Frosk, but she's being interviewed in good faith here in the most friendly of environments. Now, the Critical Drinker, who I think we all know is a pal, and is a good guy, he has extended an invitation to debate her, and so have a lot of other people. I would think that out of all the people offering to debate her, she could have found one or two to be friendly, or one person and a moderator. I mean, Critical Drinker, how bad could it have been? He's basically a good guy.
I really pride myself on, like, I fucking hate injustice.
Injustice?
I hate it. It enrages me, and...
Yeah, everyone hates injustice. That's why we have a Department of Justice.
It then gets me into a lot of trouble when I work in an industry that is full of injustices.
Are you an employee or are you an activist? As you can see, it's a very sick and dangerous replicant, and it's almost like a monster from a cartoon.
Okay, Superman, just don't hurt me.
Can you believe the kind of stuff we're hearing? Maybe Superman will have some compassion on Frosk.
I won't. Hang on.
Oh, you can count on it.
Ooh, maybe our pal Frost doesn't plan on letting go of this. I think that we all need to get behind our pal Superman. I mean, Ozzy, what do you think?
On more than a few occasions, I was on all of those at the same time. So my
Did it help you watch the show? Did it help you enjoy G4?
first question, obvious one, how are you alive?
I don't know. It's a miracle. Miracles do happen, don't they?
Ozzy Osbourne's still alive, and G4 lasted just weeks. Just weeks! Now, I'm going to lock down this replicant. Yeah. Ooh, that's struggling with the restraints. I'm going to just compensate a little bit here. These are some dangerous replicants that continue to slip through the hole in time from 2022 to where I am in 2282. I am trying to help you. I have seen what's coming. You need to stand behind your Superman. There's a shot that James Gunn will write the next Superman movie. There's a shot that maybe we'll see someone like the Peacemaker in it. And more than anything else, our pal Henry Cavill has been nothing but sweet. What has he done to hurt anyone's feelings? Henry Cavill is like the most mild-mannered guy. He once had a weird time dating somebody like a million years ago. There on your screen is the reason why Frosk is upset. New Superman contract. That is money in the bank for good old Henry Cavill. And if the movies come out right, this is nothing but fun for us DC fans. And fans of all superhero movies. Who doesn't love Superman? We love Superman. If you love Spider-Man, you love Superman. If you love any superhero, you still have space in your heart for Superman. Find me the person who hates Superman. Maybe Tom Brady, because he's trying to compete with him, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And, Warner Brothers fucking needs this. I mean, they are on the balls of their ass. So that's our presentation for tonight. If you could like or join our channel, I would be nothing but overjoyed and grateful. So I'm going to have my Chief escort you back to the transporter room. We're going to send you back to 2022, and we need you to get behind your Superman. And hey, maybe get behind this channel if you like what you heard. It's been a pleasant visit, but unfortunately, I have a few more replicants to interview, and that's going to probably keep me tied up for just a little while, right, Chief?
You cold-blooded bastard.
Well, you know what? You're not getting off work early tonight. Everybody, it's your buddy, Admiral Teag. I'll see you soon.